Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to Satisfactory 1.0, our second episode of the, since the update came out, since the full release of the game, and we haven't really done anything in between. I let some stuff run a bit, but again, it's one of those things that we want to do together. So what I just need to do in order to unlock our next step here is create some more cables. I also would love to, do a little bit more with the biomass to make things a little bit smoother, a little bit easier. And one of the other things we're going to be doing is, selecting some new milestones once we've, thrown this one out. So there we go. Let's throw part assembly out. We're going to get that phase 2 stuff on hand. What does Ada have to say?
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note, humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
Yeah, so... yeah, not doing anything sketchy for the company. We're not doing anything odd or unusual. We are, however, paid to do our business. I'm not even paid. I'm just allowed such a beautiful landscape. The view. I'm paid by the view. Now, there we go. So I'll just go back here to the milestones so we can take a look together here. Because we just completed parts assembly. So we've got the assembler, copper sheets, rotors, modular frames, and smart plating unlocked. And as well, I would like to do logistics too. I can't do it for another few minutes, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw the resources in here that are needed. Hello. Good. Oh, I can't do it, actually. Well, okay, never mind. Not doing it. We are going to do that one next, though, which should be easy. But what we're going to do, too, is just set up an assembler here. Apparently, I need rotor first. I should be able to craft that myself, though. There we go, rotor. And so we'll craft this, and then we'll be able to build an assembler there. How many did it say I needed? Was it 7 or 8? All right, so that allows me to put down our assembler. And really what we're going to do with the assembler first, we're going to move it in a second. But what we need to see is, what do we need for the smart plating? Rotors and reinforced iron plates. So we're going to need to be making reinforced iron plates and rotors, and for that as well we're going to need to be making screws. So this does beg the question, is there another iron node there for us to utilize? There are a few. Okay, so this is going to make life a little bit easier here. So we need to start making screws. That is number 1, because that is something I had not done yet. Because, well, it just wasn't required of us. So we're going to do that first and foremost. And then, once the milestone pod returns, life will be a little bit easier. Because I'm going to be able to unlock some advanced logistics, including mergers and splitters, which will make life much easier. So there we go. Our milestone fella is back, and I can send this one out. And I'm hoping here, do I have everything that I need already? We do. Okay, and we'll send this one off. We'll listen to Ada too, because this one's more important. It's a little bit more helpful right off the bat for us.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fix-It encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you.
Oh my
goodness. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Really not helpful, Ada, but you do you. So we're going to talk a little bit about the miners. So right now we only have Mark 1s, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. But you can see right now this thing is producing 30 a minute. If I had a better node, say normal, I think it would be producing 60. And then if it was rich, it'd be producing 120. But we're stuck with the garbage one. So 30 it is. So we're getting 30 a minute And we've got a smelter which is using 30 a minute, and it's outputting, so it's using 30 iron ores. So we're getting 30, we're using 30, we're making 30 iron ingots. Now, the iron ingots are being thrown in this, and what's happening here, as you can see, we've got 15 per minute and producing 15 per minute. So we're only making 15 a minute. We're only using 15 a minute. And so when you go over here to this now, you can see, well, how much is this using? 10 a minute, even less. So this is where things become more interesting. Now, screws are a really, really important aspect, and we're going to be doubling up and actually kind of tripling up our screw production, probably up here in just a moment. And we're going to be building an actual building to kind of facilitate this a little bit better, because I don't love the chaos that is already ensuing here, and it is a mess. So, look, just taking one other gander at something here, you can see in here this transports up to 60 a minute on the right there. So 60 a minute for resources. So that's something else we need to keep in mind as we're continuing through all of this process, and you know, just all around struggling. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit differently as well compared to our last game. I'm going to be making some small factories, and we're going to be trying to use the vertical features of, well, the suggestions from them. So Fixit told me, look, build vertically. So we're going to build vertically. Now, one of the things we really need for that, of course, is the great and lovely concrete that we've been producing over here. As well, I'm just going to put down, do I have the resources again to put down the assembler? We're going to leave that out for a minute so we can keep looking at the recipe and seeing what we need and how easy or hard this is going to be as time goes on, because in order to make the smart plating, we need all the reinforced plates, we need all of the rotors, and it's not easy in any facet. So just taking a gander for a second. Great. So I don't really have the resources to do that because we're lacking the screws, right? So okay, coming up here now, this is where we're gonna begin the process, and you're gonna see me actually chopping things down now. Look at me go. Chainsaw mode activated. Chop, chop, folks. Chop, chop. And we're gonna cut all of this down because it is in our way presently, and I am building a little tiny factory up here. So give me, oh, good. And let's begin the process. So these are going to be some of the first foundations we put down. I like using 4s because generally they provide a little smidge more flexibility than the other sizes in covering certain areas off and covering, you know, working with round sections too. So if the ground has bumps in it, we can usually, you know, work around it a little bit better, a little bit easier. Not perfect by any means, but it is what it is, and it's really not letting me do one underneath, but that's okay. Will you let me put one underneath? No, you're also gonna be challenged. That's okay. So see, I have a little smidge more flexibility here than I do with the other ones. You can see 2s, not so great when you're using them in certain areas, and same with the 1s as well. Like, you kind of end up with some of the same challenges. So I'm thinking 2 thick is probably fine. We're going to remove that. Well, I can leave that there for now. And we'll, you know, you can just walk up to it. That's okay. And we're going to be doing, well, like I said earlier, we're going to be doing 2 constructors. So we need to have 2 constructors going. I think I'm just going to throw them up there. We're going to do 2 constructors, and we're going to try and center them to the brick here, to the foundation. And actually, never mind, we're gonna move them forward a little bit. We can still keep them centered, but move them a little bit up. And I'll put them both side by side here. So that's 2 of them, and these will be able to take in the resources that we need. And so what I'm gonna do is we're actually going to dismantle that and this one. And even the smelter bit here, just because I want to lead this up here in a nice, smooth manner. So, kind of right there. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to be playing a little bit of a game here in moving it up. So, Give me somewhat centered. Let's say this is centered. Boom, we click up, and we drag all the way up, and there you go. Now I need these splitters. Perfect. It looks like I've got what I need here. Hey, let me there. That's the other thing. See, it's already gotten messy, and I'm trying to do a better job of avoiding it quicker. In the last game, I kept saying it. I kept making quick and dirty. Quick and dirty is what I kept calling it. It's, everything was really quick. Everything was really, not messy, but messy. So we're trying to make it smoother right off the bat. So there you go. There's 2 right off the bat, hopefully working to make things a little bit easier. I'm going to take this pole and put it right here. Boom. Boom. And we're going to put a power... Ooh. Center it. Got to keep it centered. There we go. And again, kind of same situation, putting it on rods and putting it on rods. So again, producing 30 iron ingots, and now we are consuming 30 iron ingots, 15, 15. Now with that, we're going to take this little fella, we're going to move forward a smidge, and we're going to do another line of constructors. But what I'm going to do is we're going to actually go up a level. So I'm going to delete that. We're going to go up a level. This is something I did not do in the previous game, but we're doing now on previous Let's Play. We're going to be trying out, like the game said, vertical construction. It isn't going to be the easiest thing for me to do because this is a little bit of a new concept for me. But I'm going to give it a shot anyway. Alright, and you can see what's so excellent about this because look, we've got the 15 iron rods being produced, right? And what can happen is if we wanted to do it smoothly, and this is kind of how I've got it set up, you can use a lift and put it right into the system. Now, this is generally what you could do, and we'll take a look upstairs. But this is generally what you could do if if they were using an equal amount. But because they're not going to be using the same amount, what I'm actually going to do, unfortunately, this makes things a smidge more complicated, and it is a little upsetting because it would have been nice to have had it be built perfect right off the bat, is I'm actually going to just bring it up, save one and face that way, and same with this one, bring it up and face that way, and we're going to go take a look upstairs now. And rather than me run kind of back and forth like a little fool, I'm going to simply put up a conveyor so that I can just walk up here. This conveyor means nothing, folks. This conveyor means nothing. So see, it would have attached beautifully, but the thing is, the screws only need 10 a minute. So if I'm doing, 15 and 15, even though they're only taking 10, I'm missing out on a full other 10 that I could be using. So actually, even coming up here and realizing, I'm going to get rid of these for a second. I got a little bit of a better idea of what we can do. Now, we're going to just take another constructor. We're going to put it right up here beside these ones. Again, same situation. They're all lined up together. We're all kind of, sitting here together very, very smoothly. And I'm actually going to just simply do this in a much easier way than I was originally going to do it, which is we're going to take a splitter and we're going to throw it right here with the out on the left there. I just need it lined up right here. So I'm going to put it right here. There we go. So that we have a smidge of room. Because we're not dealing with big numbers yet. We're not at a huge number state yet. So everything thus far is good. I want now, let's set up a little bit of wiring too. Put you up here. 1, 2, and 3. So they're all hooked up to power now. And I'm sure the power system is, getting a little scared there, but we'll fix it in a second once this is all up and running. And for all of you, your screws, and I believe you just need to be selected to screws. There you go, perfect. So, now, next fun bit. We're going to take these two and we're going to merge them together. And we're going to actually take one of these as well. Yoink. And just put it down there. And here's the fun part. I'm just going to rip a hole in the wall. Now, in some ways, we could be not more, I guess more particular is what I would say. More careful with how some things are lined up. But for the sake of this situation, things are lined up okay. There we go. And it's tolerable. So there you go. They're going in. They're going in. and they're going up. And then once they go up, we'll run from this side so we can take a good look together. You can see that they are going to be split equally between the 3 other constructors. And now we're going to need to just pull it all out into a storage. Pretty well how it was done already. So again, you could put down a merger. You could actually stack them all up. In fact, I might just do, as crazy as this is, that's one way to get a merger up here. So, kind of ugly. But for now, I don't even know. Are you facing the right way? I really wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I screwed that up. There, we'll do some foundations up here too. If we had everything unlocked, things would be a little bit smoother. Really, what you would be able to do is just run some better lines and stuff, and it would just be a little bit of a smoother process. But anyway, we're gonna do this for now, and here you go. And let's just double check something. 40 a minute. So this is where we've encountered a problem now. So these only work for 60 resources per minute, and now we've got, well, a whole bunch coming out. 40, 40, 40. That's too many. So what I'm going to do, realizing my, again, another little error, is we're just gonna do an easy little switch here, and instead of bringing them all together, I'm just gonna give each of them their own private little storage unit. Now again, this becomes less of a problem as time goes on, and then more of a problem again as time goes on. So for a bit, it's an issue. Then you reach a point where it doesn't matter, and then you reach a point where it matters again because you're producing so much stuff. So we're gonna do it like this for now. Not the most ideal setup. Not a setup I would usually suggest. However, you know, we are just starting up. This is a good setup that I'm gonna be able to keep, and then we'll just fix the storage in a little bit. But for now, what's important is we're producing, well, 120 screws a minute, which is fantastic. Of course, what would be additionally helpful for us is if we unlocked the resource sink. So I'm just seeing here. We've got the resources to do it, I think. Let me double check with the iron plates. Yeah, no, we can do it. And then that as well. We got enough copper. So we'll do that one too, resource sink, just so that we can, you know, get a resource sink on the way, and it will do great things for us. It will give us so many unlockables, and also I really want to see what new stuff they threw in there, because again, there's only so much that I'm looking at. We need to know. So Ada, let's launch this off. Tell me your secrets, Ada. What's going on? What do we get?
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. Next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
I do really appreciate all of the wording and the script writing that they did for the game, because they've really added a lot more in. Those segments are a little bit longer, and they have really continued to grow and expand the fact that you're working for some entity and all that good stuff. So good. So it's very interesting from that regard. Now, I've just built one of these. Let's take a look at what's in store. Okay, so as always, you know, the factory card, all of that stuff. Good. You know, some rewards, some management. So these are the things that would make life a little bit easier for sure. This is all kind of the same. These are new. Paint finishes. I thought they hit... Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. Stairs. Stairs are new. I was wondering when I was going to start seeing some of the new stuff that was mentioned, because apparently there was stuff added in here. And I'm not really actually seeing much change, but that's okay. Listen, very interesting thus far. I hope they add some more stuff in there too for funsies, but it's all good. Now let's get our attention back on the production of the materials for that, for phase 1, as well as maybe fixing up our power a little bit before things get too wonky. Let me see what I can do. Alright, so I made a smidge of a change here to our little system here. So now we've got the biomass, the solid biomass, coming in and feeding into 3 of these beautiful little biomass burners. I know we could really fill them up in a second here if I just manually chuck them in. But they are getting filled up, and you can see that we've really improved the amount that we can support here, because the max consumption has gotten pretty high. I do kind of... I'm going to get rid of that one, though, just because it was in a really bad spot. And there is more, obviously, that I could do here. I could make a larger system. I'm just frankly not going to right now, even though it would probably help us out a little bit. We could even improve this a smidge more, move things around, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. That's more of an in-between sort of situation that would fix things up. What I will do, though, is change this to biomass leaves, and we're going to switch leaves into there because I've got so many of them, and quite frankly, I just don't need all of the current wood situation going on. Let's just chuck all of this stuff in there and take all of that, and this will just continue to produce, and hopefully very soon we'll be able to change away from biomass in general, because it's an annoying thing to be using. It makes life very difficult, and it is a challenge. Coal is the way to go, really and truly. We love coal. Now let's take a quick look at our options here. Is there anything else that we could unlock that would be good? That's not bad. Logistics Mark II is pretty good, and jump pads I didn't even unlock in my last one. So I'm just going to select this milestone. We could throw that in there, and I guess I'll just unlock the whole thing. Where are my plates? We'll just throw that in there and launch field research. Really, this just makes life easier in a bunch of ways, and getting the MAM will be helpful for research.
Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Yes, a danger means nothing to me. I apparently am a soldier of the company. I must do the work that they ask of me. So, yeah, that'll be a fascinating little thing for sure. But what I'm doing now is we're going to be making some reinforced iron plates. We're going to be making some rotors so that we can make the assemblers assemble these things, and then, well, most importantly, assemble the smart plating and then finish phase 1, because it's going to take a minute to get it done. But I'm sure we can achieve it. Just might take some time. And onwards we go. Now, one of the great things about this game is that because I can create the rotors, and because I can create the iron plates at a crafting bench, I actually don't need to have the assemblers do it. So rather than make a mess building some assemblers that I'm quite frankly going to get rid of, I just sent 2 up and plopped in the resources they need, and there you go. We've got 25 almost made in this one, and we're approaching 20 on this one as well. So we're just going to let this run. We're going to let them do their thing for a minute, and then we'll be able to complete phase 1, and we'll see what else we can unlock, especially since soon I'm going to be taking a good look at the MAM to see what sort of research we've got on hand, and, you know, it's just going to be a good time overall. Alright, so it looks like we're done here which is fantastic. I'm going to take my... Oh, I put some extras in there. I didn't know that. Great, they're too close to get the camera through. But there we go. We got that done. And so I just need to make sure I can build one of those. And we're going to drop off some resources into that. And we will be completing phase 1, which is very exciting for me. Because I want to see what the new phases have. Maybe there's some new stuff snuck in there. I'm not quite sure. Either way, this is a pretty easy process too. So just basically throwing down one of those and filling it with the stuff. Boom. 50. And then, again, very, very simply, boink. So, because I can't, unless they change things. Hello. I can't just insert the smart plating. I'm quite sure that it needs to be dropped in. This is a new screen though, which is very interesting. So let's see. Let's let that do its thing here. Let me on. So slow. I was using such fast ones in the last game. Now it's just so slow. Hello, little thingy. Yeah, just waiting a second for that to fill up, and we'll be great. Okie dokie, so it just finished up, and now we can seal it and send it. Send it. Oh, there's an animation now. Would you look at that? Let me send it. Very good. Hello, Ada. You have something to say about this?
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress Presentation.
Oh wow, this is new.
Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed.
Okay, cool.
After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub.
Very fun.
Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more.
Excellent, thank you.
Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better fix-it future.
Really, really great. I love how there was like a little bit of a music to it as well. So let's send that bad boy out. And do we get the privilege of witnessing? Is that it? Oh, look at that. Oh, you're going zap, zap, zoom, zoom. This will be fun. Yes, give me the leaves. Bye. Oh. Oh!
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is
Oh,
only
shit.
the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately
new.
so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake.
Okay,
Continue the
so
work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
we're apparently responsible for saving kittens and puppies. Isn't that excellent, folks? Isn't that just lovely? Now we have access to. Nope, don't scan for iron ore. Okay, I've done it twice now. We don't have it yet. It's actually in there that we're gonna have to check. So let's just take a quick look in here at our next milestone that I really want to do, which will be coal power. But actually, just out of curiosity, let's look at everything. So we got coal power. Yeah, pretty straightforward there. We're probably gonna select this one so that we can get this started, because biomass is, well, not challenging exactly, it is very annoying. So we're gonna move towards that soon, and then, you know, having a tractor to basic steel production, probably the next thing after that. And then you've got blueprints, which I actually never got this, and I think I probably should have, because it allows you to create buildings, from my understanding. So that is, yeah, that was a mistake. I should have done a better job with that. But anyway, that's fine. And then we've got logistics, Mark III, which would be good for the industrial storage. So those two will be great. And then you've got advanced steel production, getting Mark II miners, expanded power infrastructure, and hypertubes, of course, which are also really fantastic. So let's actually unlock coal right now before we finish up, so that we can listen to Ada and then ramp off. And next time we will come back and we'll be at some coal, ready to set up ourselves and ready to go to make a new coal plant for this season, and it'll be great. So there we go, throwing in the remaining stuff we need for coal. We're unlocking coal here to make life easier next time. We will just listen to Ada, see what she
Milestone
says.
reached.
Yes,
Power
yes,
production
yes.
can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid, and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
I'm glad that we got that information. So it appears we need to make some copper sheets and, you know, get a few resources in order to really make sure that we can, you know, do a good job here. So what I'm going to do in between is I'm going to gather the stuff we need. I'm going to gather those rotors, the reinforced iron plates, the cables, and the copper sheets. And then we'll move towards doing the great work of getting coal power, which will make life so much easier. And ultimately, we'll just have biofuel kind of as a backup. So there you go, folks. If you did enjoy this episode of completing Phase 1, unlocking coal, and all those other things, do let me know down below. Don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, thank you for stopping by. Maybe you did, and I'll see you next time.